Our time is very limited, so I'm just going to hit some bullet points on some things I want you to understand. First of all, you are worthy. Don't let anyone tell you you are not, because you have the universal birthright to love yourself, to love others, and most importantly, enjoy the abundance that life has to offer. The second thing I'd like to share with you, there is a YouTube video, and you can also find this in a PDF form online, The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. I want you to embrace that, check it out, it will open your mind. The second thing I want to share with you is the fact that do not let money hold you back. There is a myth in a lot of people's mind that the reason they can't do something because they don't have any money. Well, if that's true, then how do you explain all the rags to riches stories? One story I want to share with you is a young man who grew up on a farm. He was very, very poor. His dad was a sharecropper or tenant farmer. This is where the landowners own the land, they provide the seed, and the workers provide the labor, and they share a little bit of the profits. It was a very meager existence, except this young man, his name was S.B. Fuller. He had a very unique mother. Even though all she knew was poverty all of her life, she had a much higher vision of the abundance of life. She used to tell him, S.B., don't you ever let me hear you say we're poor because of God. The reason we are poor is because your father has never had a desire to be anything else. That really made an impression on him. So when he got big enough to leave the farm, he went to Chicago, Illinois. He became a salesman. He built a great reputation, and he had a lot of friends up there. And he was a black fellow, okay? So he didn't have all the advantages that maybe someone else may think they have advantages. That's another myth. You are a person with values, morals, and ethics. Don't let your skin color or your sex determine what your limitations are. The only limitations is inside your mind. Embrace that. He found out the company he was going to work for was going to be sold for $150,000. He had saved up $25,000. He wanted to buy the company. His deal was very simple. Put down $25,000, come up with the other $125,000 in 10 days. And this is back in the early 20s of the last century, 1920s. He went out, he borrowed everything he could. He was $10,000 short, because if he didn't come up with $125,000, he would lose his original 25 grand. He got down, he prayed for divine guidance. On a Friday night at 11 p.m. on the 61st Street in Chicago, Illinois, it's pitch black. He's driving block after block after block, and he asked that the first light that he sees in an establishment, let it be a sign. He saw a light, walked in. He kind of knew the contractor a little bit. They knew each other. And he says, do you want to earn $1,000? He said, yes. He says, what I need right now is a check from you for $10,000. And when I pay it back, I'll give you an extra $1,000. He shared with him what the deal was. Before he left that night, he had the remaining $125,000 that he needed to close the deal. So never let money hold you back. Thank you.